Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we'll be going through another Thursday night shift working as a delivery driver in the western suburbs of Melbourne. Tonight I'll be operating both the Uber Eats and Doordash apps to see how we go. Alright guys, so the first order of the day is on the screen now. So started the shift at just before 4 o'clock in the afternoon, starting in the Footscray zone of the west of Melbourne. First order you see here is just a Woolworths collection. So 7 items or 7 bags, just over $9 for 7 kilometers. So for the first order of the day, this is not too bad of a pickup location. It took me about 12 or so minutes to get there. First order of my shift, if I'm starting from this area, which I typically do, the first order is always just going to be compromised by the fact that there's traffic in the area and it's hard to get to any pickup points from there. On this occasion, as I arrived, the groceries were there ready for me to pick up when I got there. And so just a pretty straightforward delivery for this one. Just thought I'd pop up on the screen as well an order opportunity I got from Uber Eats as I was driving along. Throughout this shift, obviously, as I'm doing either a Doordash or an Uber Eats order, if an order comes up from the opposing service, I will most likely not have a screenshot of it. But if I can take one, I will, just to show you the missed opportunities or some orders that came through where I was thinking perhaps if I really wanted to, I would accept this secondary offer and either unassign the first current offer I'm on, or try and complete both at the same time, which obviously is something I want to avoid if I can. So yeah, this offer here, it's quite a good offer, and if I really wanted to, I probably could have taken this one. The pickup location isn't far away from the Doordash order pickup location I had, and the Doordash order drop-off location was on the way to this black mark here on the screen. Next order you'll see on the screen here, so I'm just about to drop off that first Doordash delivery. This order here is just over $1 per kilometer, and the drop-off location is in an undesirable point. To get into the nitty-gritty of things here, so if you look on a map, Williamstown in Melbourne is a suburb, which is where this drop-off location would have been. It's kind of the bottom point of the west of Melbourne, and it's not the most popular place for Doordash pickups. You're not working in a 360-degree area when you end up there, so I try and avoid it if I can, unless it's really busy or if the order is too hard to turn down. We've just delivered that first Doordash order. I feel like I've talked for a year after accepting that, but yeah, the next order to come through that we accept is just over $1 per kilometer. I'm pretty familiar with this pickup location. Actually, on this occasion, I found an extra car parking area, which is a lot more convenient to the one I usually use. And the food's always ready when you get to this site. So it was on this occasion no different, pretty straightforward pick up and drop off. Just as we deliver that Uber Eats order, the next order to come through is a double Woolworths pickup. You know, just below $14 to 11 kilometers is not a terrible ratio. And I could already get the sense at this time of day, it wasn't a busy period. So I sort of just figured I'd take this one as it came through. Again, the groceries were ready when I arrived. And I think this order combined took me just over half an hour to complete. After a short delay between that second drop-off and receiving this next order, we did receive an order of $5 for just over a kilometer total. Efficient ship shop. The order, I had to wait a couple minutes for the order to be ready on this occasion, but I figured with that dollar to kilometer ratio, it would be a good one just to keep me going. And as I was driving along, once I had collected the items, I had a secondary order come through from Uber Eats, very similar, same amount of pay, just a little less driving. There's a bit of a quirky one here, which I've found does happen from time to time with Uber Eats. They'll often give you a second offer as you're completing an original offer. But what they want you to do is deliver the first offer first and then come back to the store or restaurant to collect and then deliver the second offer. This offer was going pretty well until I got stuck at the railway line, which you can see through the middle of the map there. It was always bound to happen. I was having too good of a run beforehand. So combine those two $5 orders. It took us about 15 minutes to complete them both. And then we had this order come through from Doordash, which was a pretty easy decline. The delivery point way outside the zone, and we're not even talking $1 per kilometer here. Next, another pretty easy decline. If I had more confidence in the amount of items, you can see there, so it says 29 items. I'm tipping they were specific items rather than 29 bags. But yeah, that total there just gave me enough uncertainty to pass on this one. Next accepted offer to come through was this Uber Eats order. So we're talking almost $2 per kilometer here. When I arrived at the store for this one, it was about a 3 or 4 minute wait, which was a slight inconvenience. But yeah, we just moved on with this one. Still a good dollar to per kilometer ratio, no matter what. Immediately after delivering that Uber Eats order, we had this 7-Eleven order come through from Doordash. Just over $1 per kilometer. I figured it was going against the traffic, so it shouldn't have been too bad of a delivery, and it ended up taking us just under 20 minutes to complete this. After a short gap between orders of about 5 to 10 minutes, we had this Doordash order come through for a Woolworths pickup again. We accepted this one and completed it in pretty good time, so not too much more to add on that one. Next order through, just a quick Hungry Jack's pickup, minimum pay, but seeing as it was so close to the area, decided to accept this one. There was a substantial wait of about 5 minutes for this food to be ready once I had arrived, but once doing so, dropped off and moved on to the next one. A couple of quick orders here which I decided to decline. First of which, just a Doordash order here, BWS pickup. So alcohol pickups, I tend to factor that into whether or not I want to accept a delivery. While most of the time you do have pleasant experiences with customers, obviously when you're dealing with alcohol, there is a somewhat increased risk of just having an uncomfortable delivery. As for this pizza order that we declined off Uber Eats, this pizza store, while they seem extremely popular and they must have good pizzas, I've never had a good experience there picking up. There's always a wait. So good on them. They're pretty busy and they must be doing something well. But for me, that's not helpful. After a couple of outs there, we have this accepted order from Uber Eats. As I'm getting to this part of the night, I'm about halfway through the shift. I'm sort of starting to feel like this is one of those shifts where, while things are pretty consistent, they're almost too consistent. I'm getting orders of just over $1 per kilometer, quite small payouts. So I'm having to do a lot of different orders to keep the night going. And while it feels busy doing that, once you look back and you're only at a $20 to $23 per hour ratio, it does start to build up, and the frustration does as well with that. So it's just about powering on, hoping that, a decent Coles shop and deliver order comes through, or some substantial, $15 plus order can really kickstart the night. But kickstart the night did not. Another order here, just over $1 per kilometer, which in isolation is a fine order to accept, but obviously we are finding a pattern here. After completing that order, I decided to take a break, have some dinner, and then move on. So at this point, I'm on the freeway heading out west when I receive this McDonald's order. Again, just on $1 per kilometer. However, these roads, low traffic at this time of day, and pretty easy on the car, so I decided to accept this one. Then, after doing a couple of dead kilometers, we had this Uber Eats order come through. Again, $9 to 7.7 kilometers. Pretty straightforward. This one was ready when I arrived at the McDonald's, and we completed that. Then we had this Uber Eats order, another fast food pickup, this time from Hungry Jack's. I was actually hitting a pretty good pace for this hour that I was in, but we were hitting a time of the night where I would start to have to head home And so you find the next order that we have here, Mitch's Pizza order here, I had to decline, right on $1 per kilometer, and taking us back away from where I wanted to head, which was out west. This desire to head out west was a major factor in taking this next order here. We're actually taking one under $1 per kilometer, which is usually a no-no, but this does take me where I want to go, and also the drop-off point was right near a set of shops and a Coles that I figured might be a busy area for pickups. But not as busy as I thought though. So this next order on the screen you see here, right on $1 per kilometer, but heading back the wrong way. So I declined this one, and also this next one on the screen here. So under $1 per kilometer, I'm never really accepting this unless it's, you know, perfectly in line with where I want to be, or taking me back into a zone that I want to be in. And it's at this point that the orders really dried up. So the order you see on your screen here is from Guzman y Gomez in Melbourne. As I've said in previous videos, that's about 25 kilometers away from the Footscray zone that I did most of the night in. So this order was $9.45 for about 7 kilometers. Pretty straightforward. Food was ready when I got there, and that's pretty much all I want to say. Coming towards the end of the night here, it's really, things are slowing down on this Thursday night. Here we have a pretty instant decline. This one's going back away from where we want to be, but also less than $1 per kilometer. Just a quick note, so not this specific kebab store, but I would say that more often than not, you are going to have a substantial wait on food at a kebab store compared to any other site. It's just the way that they sort of operate. Obviously, it takes a lot longer to put a really nice juicy kebab together than to put a Big Mac together. So to round out the night, we have a quick Coles shop and deliver order. Just the 3 items, over $1 per kilometer, and this left us in a really good spot to take a quick 10-minute drive to get home for the night. Alright, so just to wrap up our totals for the night, we made a total of $140.33 over just over 6 hours, which gave us hourly earnings of $22.63 per hour. The distance covered was 140 kilometers, so right on $1 per kilometer for the night. I've had to rate that shift out of 10, probably somewhere in the 3 to 4 range. Not the worst I had, but also anytime I felt like I was really getting somewhere in the shift, something seemed to pop up and delay it slightly. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like on it. That would be very much appreciated. Drop a comment if you have any questions or would like to discuss anything from the video or just about gig driving in general. The aim is to have another video out next week, so hopefully I'll see you then, and have a great day. Bye.